What if the fastest fighter of World War II wasn't the one you think? When we imagine the skies over Europe and the Pacific, we picture Spitfires, Mustangs, and Zeros dueling for supremacy. But behind these legendary dogfights, a hidden arms race was raging, a battle not just of pilots, but of engineers pushing the very limits of physics. We're diving deep into that untold story today, contrasting the famous planes that actually saw combat with the revolutionary, sometimes mind-bending prototypes that almost rewrote history. Prepare to see how close we came to a completely different kind of air combat. Let's start with a plane that actually defined a new era of speed. The Messerschmitt Me-262. This wasn't just another propeller plane. It was the world's first operational jet fighter. When it screamed onto the scene late in the war, it was a shock to Allied pilots. With a top speed of around 559 miles per hour, or 900 kilometers per hour, it could simply outrun anything the Allies had. Imagine you're in a P-51 Mustang, the pinnacle of piston engine technology, flying at your max speed of about 440 miles per hour. Suddenly, an Me-262 appears, closes the distance in seconds, unleashes a barrage from its powerful 30mm cannons, and then vanishes before you can even get a shot off. It was a terrifying glimpse into the future of aerial warfare. However, the Me-262 arrived too late and in too few numbers to change the outcome of the war. Its revolutionary engines were also notoriously unreliable, prone to flaming out, and had a very short operational lifespan. Landing and takeoff were its most vulnerable moments, and Allied pilots quickly learned to loiter near German airfields to pick them off. So while it held the title of the fastest combat aircraft of the war, its impact was limited by technology that was still in its infancy. But what if I told you the fastest propeller-driven aircraft of the war could almost keep up with the Me-262? Mitadornia du 335, nickname de File, which means arrow in German. This thing was an absolute beast, and its design was unlike anything else in the sky. It had two engines, but instead of mounting them on the wings like most twin-engine fighters, the designers put one in the nose to pull the aircraft, and another in the tail to push it. This push-pull configuration made it incredibly streamlined and ridiculously fast. The Du-335 could hit speeds of up to 474 miles per hour, or 763 kilometers per hour. That made it the fastest piston-engined fighter of the war, a title even certified by Guinness World Records. It was so fast that if an Allied pilot encountered one, their official instruction was simple: don't even try to engage it, just run. Like the Me-262, the Do-335 was another one of Germany's wonder weapons that appeared too late to make a difference. Only a handful were ever built, and they saw very limited service right at the war's end. But it stands as a monument to what engineers could achieve with propeller technology when they thought completely outside the box. Now, let's step back a bit, to a time before the war even began. The race for speed was already well underway. In 1939, Germany unveiled a secret weapon that stunned the world: the Heinkel He 100. This aircraft wasn't designed for dogs. It was built for one purpose and one purpose only: to be the fastest thing with wings. And it succeeded. It smashed the world absolute speed record, clocking in at an incredible 463.9 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, the top fighters of the time, like the early Spitfires and Messerschmitt Bf-109s, were struggling to break 350 miles per hour. The He 100 was over 100 miles per hour, faster than its contemporaries. It achieved this through a radical cooling system where the coolant flowed through the wing's surface, eliminating the need for a drag-inducing radiator. It was a brilliant, but complex, solution. The German propaganda machine went into overdrive, painting fake squadron markings on the few prototypes and claiming it was a new frontline fighter, a lie meant to intimidate other nations. In reality, the He 100 never saw combat. Its advanced cooling system was deemed too fragile for the battlefield, and Germany decided to focus production on the more conventional, but proven, Bf-109. It remains one of history's great what-ifs. What if Germany had pursued this technological marvel? Of course, the Axis powers didn't have a monopoly on speed. On the other side of the world, Japan was producing some of the most formidable aircraft of the war. While the A6M0 is famous for its agility, its successor was a true speed demon. The Nakajima Ki-Edi 4, codenamed Frank by the Allies. The Ki-84 was arguably the best all-around Japanese fighter of the war. It combined the agility Japan was known for with something new: raw power and speed. Powered by a massive 2,000 horsepower engine, the Frank could reach speeds of up to 430 miles per hour. It was fast, heavily armed, and could climb like a rocket. Unlike the fragile Zero, it also had armor protection for the pilot and self-sealing fuel tanks. When the Ki-84 first appeared, it gave American pilots a nasty shock. It could outclimb, outturn, and often outrun the P-51 Mustangs and P-47 Thunderbolts at certain altitudes. It was a testament to Japan's engineering prowess, but like so many late-war aircraft, its performance was hampered by production issues, inconsistent quality, and a lack of experienced pilots. Had it been introduced earlier, and in greater numbers, the air war in the Pacific could have looked very different. So, who was the true king of speed? If we're talking about pure, raw velocity in an operational aircraft, the crown has to go to the jet-powered Messerschmitt Me-262. It was a machine from the future, dropped into the past. But if we're looking at the zenith of piston engine design, the undisputed champion is the Dornier Do 335 file. Its unique push-pull layout made it a masterpiece of aerodynamic efficiency. And we can't forget the what-ifs, like the Heinkel He 100, a pre-war racer that was faster than almost anything that would see combat for years to come. Each of these aircraft tells a story not just of speed, but of innovation, desperation, and the relentless pursuit of an edge in the deadliest conflict in human history. The skies of World War II were a laboratory of experimentation, where radical ideas took flight and forever changed the course of aviation. These incredible machines pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible, paving the way for the jet age and the supersonic aircraft we see today. The lessons learned from their successes and their failures are written in the DNA of every modern airplane. It's a fascinating look at how a global conflict accelerated technology at a pace never seen before or since. What do you think is the most impressive aircraft from this era? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into aviation history, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more. See you next time.